Hello, my friends and family. I've got another story from Daryl Owen today. It says, "This is not about Oregon or the West Coast, but I wanted you to know we all face the same issues everywhere. Situated in the eastern United States stands a hidden gem of bizarre documented stories and sightings of creatures that should be investigated, but it's not. Why? It's said some people are too frightened to wander out in it. It's called the Appalachian Mountains. The mountain ranges span through the states of Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, and North Carolina, as well as extending as far south as northern Alabama, Georgia, and western South Carolina, and as far north as Pennsylvania, southern and eastern central Ohio, lower New York, and the southern tier region of New York. Although the forest, as we see it today, is a lush green topography, the mountains range has a very dark history, much more primeval than you know. Since 1952, 2,054 people have disappeared in the darkness of the forest without a trace. No recovery, no evidence, no witnesses. Could this be a coincidence that humans can just vanish with no trace? Could it be what lurks in the maze of darkness? Beneath the placid, quiet forest that exists, dark trails of the macabre and supernatural tales, sightings of large hairy beasts, werewolf-type monsters, ghosts, spirits, even stranger monsters that witnesses have trouble describing out of the fear that they could be followed home. This quaint 7,500-mile forest has steadily, over the centuries, accrued a grim reputation as a very haunted and mystical place of spooky phenomenon, a cursed place, some say. Eyewitnesses have described seeing and hearing witch cackles in the darkness, strange monsters, spirits that can change shape on demand. Native American cultures also have legends and stories of monsters and evil spirits, like many other cultures. The Wendigo or Wendigo, La Lechuza, Tatakela, and Skinwalkers are common ones. The Appalachian Mountains, have been known as a malevolent locale for centuries and have been long avoided by travelers. It is said that during the last 100 years, this was a place where countless explorers and day users entered only to vanish and never leave or be found, disappearing without a trace. The Native American Indians of the region painted the woods as a place of spirits and sacrificial offerings. Some say they worshipped elementals and old pagan gods who carried out strange, unfathomable rituals in the obscurity of darkness. Often written in ancient scrolls, they supposedly made sacrifices of both human and animal at the stone altars. Interspersed between the darkened forests, there are also ancient Indian tales that tell of the great creator using the area to open up gateways to teleport to other worlds. Researchers and scientists have found unexplained altars, spherical built trenches, and other ruins within the forest, although their purposes are unknown. Also, whether these were built by the ancient Indians or travelers from other worlds are unclear. The natives describe beasts as having a face like an ape, covered in dark brown fur, standing around 8 feet in height. What could it be? It seems rather ridiculous to think that the Native American Indians write in ancient scrolls about ape-like creatures seen within the forest and roaming the great Appalachian Mountains. What could they be describing? Bigfoot? Still, the stories continue to come in, and one is disposed to wonder whether this is anything really biological in nature at all, but rather something interdimensional. Could the ancient Indians know of the Matrix, changing time, or able to transport their monster through time, seeping through the folds between worlds, or something more spiritual or ghostly? It's your call. But some folks traveling through the great Appalachian Mountains still see the odd, bizarre creatures that disappear without a trace, have been reported for years. Do they travel between worlds throughout the forested areas? It's a frightening idea and completely bizarre what I'm writing about. Creatures that just vanish. But how else can these mysterious creatures continue to elude capture? I myself am a victim of seeing Bigfoot. I clearly witnessed a creature I can't explain. For me, it was the beginning of a lifelong search. Even at its peak, I still walked the yellow line down the middle of the road, real or spiritual. Keep your eyes on the horizon and in the trees, Daryl.